This video will walk you through how to create new assessment banks to share with teachers as a curriculum administrator. If you do not have a curriculum administrator account, you will need to reach out to your organization administrator to have one created for you or to have the correct role assigned to your existing account. For steps on how to create and assign admin roles, refer to the Create Administrator Accounts and Add Roles article. To access the assessments as a curriculum administrator, for districts that are direct login, you'll want to navigate to the McGraw-Hill login page at my.mheducation.com. Enter your username or email address and your password in the appropriate fields. Keep in mind your password is case sensitive. Click the Login button to launch your account. If you are unsure of your login information, refer to the article How to Recover Your Teacher Admin Username or Password. Depending on how your admin account was set up, you may need to sign in through your district-created portal instead of the my.mheducation.com site directly. Once you have successfully logged into your account, if you have dual roles as a teacher and an admin, you will first land on your McGraw-Hill teacher account. If you land on the Open Learning platform, click on the Profile button at the top right of the page and select Administrator from the drop menu to navigate to your admin tools. If you land on the Connect Ed Programs page, click on the Admin Tools button at the top of the page. If you are assigned to multiple districts, organizations, or purchasing accounts, you can toggle between them by clicking on the Profile button at the top right of the page and select the correct organization from the drop menu. First, we'll go over creating an assessment bank. Click on Assessments in the left navigation menu. Select the program you would like to create an assessment bank for from the drop-down menu. The available programs in the menu will depend on what was purchased by the organization and if they have access to McGraw-Hill Assess. Programs that use eAssessment will not be listed. Click the New Bank button. In the Create New Bank pop-up, enter a bank name. This is the name that teachers will see when you share the assessment bank with them. Click the Create Bank button. You will then receive a message that the assessment bank was created successfully, and the newly created bank will be listed below with the owner showing as me. To rename or delete the assessment bank, click on the kebab icon under the Share column to the right of the bank. Now we'll go over adding existing tests to your assessment bank. You can only add tests to assessment banks you have created. You cannot add tests to McGraw-Hill assessment banks. From the Assessments page, click on the title of the assessment bank where the test you want to add to your created assessment bank is located. Available assessment banks will vary based on the program selected. Click on the kebab icon in the Action column to the right of the assessment you want to add to your created assessment bank. Click on Add to Bank from the menu. On the Add Assessment to Bank pop-up, edit the name of the assessment in the Assessment Name field if desired. Keep in mind, changing the title of the assessment will allow you to edit that assessment from within your district-created assessment bank. However, some data could be lost that may impact reporting and other features. If you keep the title the same, it will not allow for editing the assessment, but it will retain all associated features and data which will then roll up to the district admin reports. From the bank drop-down, select the district-created assessment bank you want to add the assessment to. You will only see the banks you have created in the drop-down. Click the Add to Bank button. You will then receive a message that the assessment was successfully added to your created assessment bank. You can continue to add existing assessments to your created assessment bank from the same test bank, or click the Assessments link to navigate back to the list of test banks available. Next, we'll go over adding a new assessment to your created assessment bank. When creating a new assessment, you can create new questions or reuse questions from existing assessments. Select the assessment bank you want the new test to be stored under by clicking on the name of the bank. The only banks that you will be able to add new tests to are those that you have created. Click on the New Assessment button. On the Create New Assessment pop-up, enter an assessment name. click the Create Assessment button. You will receive a message that the assessment was successfully added. The page will then load the Content tab of the assessment to add questions. Click the option to create a new question, add questions from an assessment, or add questions from a question bank. For a more in-depth walkthrough of creating a new assessment, refer to the Create Assessments as a Curriculum Admin document. Once you have created an assessment bank, you can then share it with teachers. To share an assessment bank, click the kebab icon under the shared column to the right of the assessment bank. On the Share Settings pop-up, select the schools you want to share the bank with. All teachers that have the product you created the assessment bank under will have access to it. Under Instruction Permissions, select the type of access you want the teachers to have for the assessments within the bank. Assign Only restricts teachers from being able to edit the assessment title, add or remove questions or sections, and adjust student settings. This will ensure that the student data generated from any assigned assessments within the shared bank will display in the admin performance reports. Copy and Edit allows teachers to edit shared assessments. If teachers change the title of an assessment, the data will still display in the admin reports under the original assessment name. However, if teachers make changes to the student setting, the assessment data will not display in the admin reports. Click the Apply button. A checkmark will then appear under the shared column once you have successfully shared the assessment bank. To add or remove sharing for the assessment bank, click on the kebab icon under the Action column and click Share. Check or uncheck schools and make changes to the instructor permissions if desired. Click the Apply button to save the changes. If you would like to delete the assessment bank, you first have to remove any schools you have shared the bank with. You will then be able to click the kebab icon under the shared column and select the Delete option from the menu. You want to keep in mind, if you delete the assessment bank, you will also delete all assessments within the bank. If you want to keep the assessments within the bank, you will want to move them to a new bank first. To do so, refer back to the beginning of the video where we go over adding existing assessments to an assessment bank. This concludes our look at creating an assessment bank, adding assessments, and sharing the assessment bank with teachers as a curriculum administrator. Be sure to look at the other available help materials for more information about the curriculum administrator role.